KJ Media and 100. Yo, Chris Brown just did the most Chris Brown thing. This nigga knew that he had charges filed against him in the UK for allegedly busting somebody else up upside their head with a goddamn alcoholic beverage bottle. But he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the UK, kind of unstoppable, sea breezy. I'm gonna do whatever," and then get arrested. This nigga got a sneaker. Is that a 3? Jordan 3 on his damn face, bro. Like, that's one of them tattoos that when you get older, shit, if it's not already now, you look at it, you be like, I got a fucking Jordan on my sneaker. That's like motherfucking pull up Gucci Mane. Pull up Gucci Mane. That's like Gucci Mane getting the fucking ice cream on his fucking face, boy. Chris Brown was arrested just after midnight on May 15, 2025 at the Lowry Hotel in Manchester, blindsiding fans only days before he was set to perform in the UK. The arrest stems from an incident more than 2 years ago on February 19, 2023, when Brown allegedly attacked music producer Abe Dial inside Tate nightclub in London's upscale Mayfair district. Let's see who Abe Dial is, because I don't know who the hell this man is. Abe Dial. Is that Abe Dial right there? 16 million. $16 million. That's how that's how we know this dude is broke. Not saying like your trauma is your trauma. You know what I'm saying? 16 million in damages. There's nothing wrong with this dude. He's alive and well, walking around. They don't care about Rihanna. Based in Florence, Italy. This nigga out of here, man. He has made quite a name for himself. Diaz has over 34.5K followers on Instagram. Like I said, bro. Not that Instagram followers determine how much money you got, but we know this nigga ain't popping. This off his followers. This off the strip of his followers. And probably calls himself the boss of Florence, Italy nightlife. He's a notable player in the local entertainment scene. Nigga, the boss got fucked up. So, Abraham Abe Dial, Chris Brown, Osmo Real. So this is the guy right here, I'm assuming. Even that sweater look bummy. Listen, I'm not trying to shame the victim. A 36-year-old man was arrested at a hotel. Alright, so this is just idiotic and all, like with Sea Breezy, man. Like, it's just idiotic, bro. It's just idiotic. Let me say this. You know you have a concert coming up, a world tour that people have already paid. People are buying goddamn tickets every year. And you go and do this. I'm not telling you to be a fugitive or an outlaw, but this should have been handled after the concert, the world tour was over. You should have never went to the UK. People would say maybe it's his team or whatnot. It ain't this nigga's team. He is a 36-year-old man. He is a grown-ass man. It ain't his fucking team. Alright? It ain't his fucking team. Like, man, these Browns, man, like, the last name Brown, boy. If your last name is Brown, I'll tell you. In other news with Browns, we got Antonio Brown. Arrest video surfaces after he fired multiple gunshots during robbery attempt at Aiden Ross event. All right, multiple gunshots. multiple gunshots. Okay. Where's the AB at? I don't know. This day is right there getting arrested. Now this is normal when something happens. When the police arrive, you don't know what the fuck happened. You only hear rumors, you only hear words, you see people. Anybody in the immediate crime scene needs to be detained. They need to be detained and questioned, put in the police vehicle, whatever. Antonio Brown was handcuffed and detained by police after getting jumped in Florida on Friday night. The former NFL star males are walking out. According to AB, as well as eyewitnesses, the attackers wanted to rid him of his jewelry. That's not smart on the part of these alleged attackers. You know, let me say that again. You say that again. That is not smart, because if how Antonio Brown should have been rolling, at least 2 bodyguards, armed. If anybody even looks like they're gonna come close to me, you dump them to that motherfucking earth. You dump them. That's a fact. All right. If somebody looks like they're gonna cause physical harm to me of any kind, that's when them guns come out. All right. That's when them motherfucking guns come out. Fuck all that. They should have been over and done with. Over and done with. Y'all see his shoes? And one of the videos, he's stomping niggas out in shoes that look like that. Back up, Pop! Put that music off. He kicked somebody with them soft ass shoes. They said later on that it was one of the security that he misstated. Of course, when you getting jumped as a man has been jumped before, listen, I know y'all be thinking like, yo, KJ Media be saying he did everything on some Vlad TV shit. Nigga, I'm 40 years old. I did a lot of shit. A lot of shit happened to me. You feel me? Like, zoom in right here, you know. The scars with me for the rest of my life. Got my nose broken, you know. Niggas, words of 50, niggas jump me because he couldn't beat me one-on-one.
Niggas jump me because he couldn't beat me one-on-one. Problem child.
It don't matter who, like, all you know is you getting jumped. Like, everybody's getting it. Anybody's getting it. So, I don't, like, that is what it is right there. That is what it is right there. But, let me see if I can hear the gunshots, because that's when he started running, I think. Them guns came out, boy, niggas started running. Listen, let me just say this. The gunshots, people were saying probably those are warning shots. Listen, back in my hometown, Staten Island, New York City, there was, after a nightclub, a man, I don't even think he was even being attacked or approached by anybody, but he was just on that liquid courage and feeling himself and bust some shots into the air. That ammo has to come back down. It has to come back down. All right. And when it came back down, it hit a young lady who died instantly. He is now doing life in prison. All right. Fuck shooting in the air. Fuck the whole warning shot shit. Listen. The gun is the warning shot. If I pull out my shit, my hammer, that gun is the warning shot, the warning anything. When I pull out my shotgun and I rack it, it's gonna racking sound. All right, I rack that shit. That is the warning. If you decide to still encroach on me after hearing that warning sign, it is what it is. If I pull out my weapon, I'm gonna give some verbal directives. Y'all can tell, like I said, I used to be in law. I used to be in corrections. Like, I know how to talk. I give you verbal directives. Stop. Do not come closer to me, or I'm gonna pop your ass. And you do it, it is what it is. In this case, even better, because he's already on video getting his ass getting jumped. So I don't know what these guys are gonna do. If there was no video footage and I just pull it out on someone that I don't like, I mean, like, it would just be a deterrent. They come and try to do something with a gun in my hand, that's on them. But if there's already footage of me getting jumped and I pull it out, I'm gonna now you come coach, I'm popping you. And in this case, his lawyer, his bodyguard should have been the ones doing the popping. Ain't no shooting into the air. Feel me? Ain't no shooting in the air, man. These Browns is wilding out. You know, he was released. I think there was a statement made by him. The burglary. Brown, that's 2020. He is on all kinds of shit, man. No arrest. All right, no arrest. Of course, there were no arrests. Social media buzzing, it happened at a boxing event. If I was 40, the video that service seemed to show Brown being attacked and Brown running through a crowd in the live stream conducted by Ross. Brown said, "I got CTE. I blacked out. I didn't know what happened." Niggas been saying for years he got CTE. At least how he said it. No arrest for me. Brown said he will explore pressing charges on the individuals that jumped me. So, like, we got one Donald Trump pardon his rapper Young Boy. We're gonna get into these pardons. We're gonna get into these pardons. All right, we gonna get into them. All right. So, in other news, before I get into other, let me just say this: you gotta protect yourself. People out here ain't playing fair. You gotta protect yourself. All right. These celebrities are getting out. Shit. UK prosecutors filed 21 charges, including rape against the Tate brothers. I'm here to say this: these are not new charges; these are old. The UK just now releasing it. The UK out here, wow, boy. Like, I want to go to the UK just to see just to visit a little bit, but shit. The UK is out here, Manjaro. Get that fucking shit out of here. UK prosecutors last year okayed a total of 21 charges against brothers Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, arising from the claims of several alleged victims, British media reported on Wednesday. Andrew Tate, 38, faces 10 charges that include rape, human trafficking, controlling prostitution for gain, and actual bodily harms. The Guardian reported. But controlling prostitution for gain, that will be a pimp, right? Actual body harm, I don't know a pimp that never had to slap a bitch. Just look at Hugh Hefner. Let's get a sound effect right there. Let's look at Hugh Hefner.
And for future generations.
They got the damn, the Bunny Ranch, the legal prostitution. Let me just say this. It always bothered me when they always had rich men that are, and for a man, doesn't matter how old you are. You probably out of the game. When you're a man, you out of the game when you like 65. For a woman, you out of the game like 35. Shit, you start approaching out of the game by the time you get close to your 30s. But for a man to be rich, millionaire, have women throwing themselves at him, to be accused of stuff like this doesn't sit right with me. Off the rip, I would just think it's fake, But they also said his brother was engaged with an underage girl too. Yeah, right here. Romanian police arrested the Tate brothers in December 2022 and accused Andrew Tate of rape and human trafficking. Roman police suspected Tristan Tate of human trafficking. Romanian authorities in August added new charges against the brother for allegedly having sex with a minor and trafficking underage persons, which the brothers also denied. Andrew Tate says a lot of good game. Let me just say that. He has a lot of good game. All right. Does it like, is it some buffoonery sometimes? Yeah, but there's more good than bad, if that makes sense. A lot of it is him being sarcastic and kind of playing a role, if you may, but do I believe this stuff? No. Not at all. Not at all. All right, not at all. Larry Hoover, all right, has gotten not pardoned but commuted. And I like to know what shit means. What does it mean to commute a sentence? Commuting a sentence is an important aspect of the criminal justice system, allowing for the reduction of a punishment's severity without overturning the conviction. So now I'm understanding he's doing like federal charges and shit. So let me just see what this news clip got to say real quick. All right, about my man Larry Hoover, whose name became infamous because of Rick Ross.
News: he was once one of the most notorious gangsters in Chicago. Tonight, President Trump is commuting the federal sentence of
Let me say something now. She look alright right there, man. She look alright.
Gangster Disciples co-founder Larry Hoover.
Suzanne Lemonnier is in our newsroom. Suzanne, this move doesn't mean he'll be getting out of prison.
Erica Jo, legal experts see this as a potential hollow victory. Now, while Hoover may be released from federal prison, he still has a 200-year state sentence, for which a parole board has already denied early release. In 1993, Hoover spoke to former CBS News Chicago reporter John Davis, and at that time, Hoover was 42 years old and had already served 20 years in prison.
I've done my time. I paid my debt to society.
That was Larry Hoover, more than 3 decades ago. At that time, the leader of the Gangster Disciples and convicted murderer told our John Davis he had a lot of time to think about ways to stop the gang violence on the streets of Chicago.
One teenager don't like the other teenager because the way he wears his hat, because his ideology is different from his. A disciple don't like a vice lord. We all black people. It's no different.
At that time, Hoover, also known as King Larry, admitted being part of a fragile gang truce in the city and organizing a protest over plans to close healthcare clinics in African American neighborhoods. Ron Safer, the lead prosecutor in Hoover's federal trial, reacts to news Hoover's life sentence has been commuted by President Trump.
I was disappointed. I do not think that this is an appropriate end to the Larry Hoover story, at least the federal part of it.
Safer says Hoover was perhaps the most notorious criminal the state of Illinois has ever known.
Notorious.
He was an enterprise that had...
Notorious. Let me pause that, yo. You know, that's sad. That deserves a shocking sound effect right there. Notorious? More notorious than the one Al Capone, Scarface. Let me get so some of y'all who don't know, Al Capone, where the term Scarface comes from the scar, hence the scar on his face. That's a mean $1.50 for my New Yorkers. That's a mean $1.50 right there. The niggas gave him the $1.50. All right, y'all talking about he's more infamous than Al Capone. Let's dive into this, man, because they love to do shit like this. Larry Hoover's charges. What was Larry Hoover's charges? All right. Drug kingpin. Let's see. What did Larry Hoover do? Let's see. What did he do? Okay, he's got a big ass picture of fucking Spike Lee. Jackson, Mississippi, 1950. Come on, here we go again with some more bullshit. What is all this bullshit now? All right. Hoover was shit. I have to get off this damn website. God damn. Yeah, these niggas is trying they best is to advertise some shit. Larry Hoover was born in Jackson, 1950, which makes him which makes him about 74 or 75. In 1973, Hoover was convicted of ordering the murder of a 19-year-old Ricky Pookie Young, who was shot 6 times and killed in an alley. He was sentenced to 120 years in Illinois State Prison. For that, there's niggas that got first. Forget it. So was he 23 years old? While serving that sentence, Hoover was later indicted on federal charges in 1995 following a long-term investigation. He was convicted in 1997 of conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, drug trafficking, and operating a continuing criminal enterprise. All right. So, conspiracy comes with being a drug dealer. extortion, because of being a drug dealer, money laundering, you guessed it, drug trafficking, and operating a criminal enterprise. So those are what he's convicted of, right? Now let's get what Al Capone was charged. Al Capone was charged with, right? All right, let's see. Let's see. What was Al Capone charged with? Al Capone was charged with gambling, prostitution, bootlegging, bribery, narcotics trafficking, robbery, protection rackets, and murder. All right. Looks similar. I mean, Larry Hoover is missing the he's missing the gambling, the prostitution, the bootlegging, the bribery, but protection rackets, which is the shakedown. But if I'm confused, if I'm wrong, I'm not trying to see the lesser of two evils here, but Al Capone, this is like a legendary drug figure. He is idolized by that community that he comes from. Al Capone has movies, literally numerous movies about him. Numerous movies about him. Like, these are just documentaries right here. Like, movies. Like 10 gangster movies about Al Capone you should try next. Scarface, 1932. He was still alive in 1932. This nigga had a movie made about him when he was still alive. To call Larry Hoover the most notoriously, whatever the fuck he said, over Al Capone is fucking laughable. This nigga had movies about him when he was still alive. Like, how many movies does Larry Hoover have about him? Now, of course, movies doesn't make a person more notorious than the other, but that just tells you how infamous Hoover Story House 9. This is a documentary. You know how many? There's probably over 100 documentaries on Al Capone. So I don't want to hear that mumbo jumbo. Don't want to hear that mumbo jumbo. All right, this man was 23 years old when he got locked up. All right. Hoover. Let's see some images of Larry Hoover real quick. Alright. Alright. There's right there. That's definitely the 90s. Is that Jay Prince right there? That's what it looks like. I don't know who that man is right here. It looked like Jay Prince. He was out here. There's pictures of him with all kinds of perms too. Larry Hoover mugshot. Nigga had all kinds of perms. Look at this shit. 60. That's 68. So what was he? 18 years old. 18. He got a shitload of mugshots. So that's possibly what he looked like when he went to prison. It's crazy. That is crazy. Alright, so like, y'all can't be mad. Like, what makes what crime more than other crime? Y'all getting mad at a fucking people being pardoned and shit, but we got fucking people like this getting pardoned. Alright? A pardon like this generally ends the case entirely, and so we'll see the fine print of the pardon explicitly. What the fuck did they do? What did this? I don't even know who the fuck these people are. They look familiar. But what did they do?
I'm just so grateful that I'm going to leave here with my dad. My brother Grayson is there to pick up my mom, so he's waiting. President Trump signed.
Listen, black girls ain't the only ones wearing lots of weave, alright? They ain't the only ones.
The pardons, I think, at around 3 p.m. this afternoon. And it's all due to President Trump, Alice Johnson, Ed Martin, all of them. They have truly just shown up and they've looked at this case with a fine-tooth comb and they've seen the corruption. And for many people that may not understand why this pardon is happening, there were Fourth Amendment violations. They accused my family of terrorism just to run a financial report. There were Brady violations. I mean, you name it, it was done in our case.
All right, that's what the government does. They want to get you. They can go to other tactics to do it. What the fuck is a Brady violation? You know, I love looking shit up. Brady violation. What is a Brady violation? Can't find a Brady. Brady rule because prosecutors to disclose material, exculpatory information to the defense. All right, so they didn't do that. Nice, so people could defend themselves. You feel me? But he out here pardoning people. What did they do? What did they? Todd and Julie Chrisley released federal prison. What did they do? Let's see charges. What to know about? See what it says right here. Reality television stars Todd and Julie Chrisley were pardoned Wednesday by President Trump. The couple have been incarcerated since 2022, so this is about 3 years after being found guilty of bacon tax fraud. Sounds about white.
Bruh.
Todd Chrisley, 57, had been serving a 12-year sentence in Florida's Pensacola minimum security men's federal prison. Her release date of April 2032. Damn. Was it 2025? So he has some more years remaining. Shit, he's 57. What is that? 7 more years? He would have been like 64 when he got out. And Chrisley, 52, has been serving 7 years. The married couple gained prominence on the reality show Chrisley Knows Best, which debuted on the cable channel USA Network in 2014. The show depicted the wealthy couple made his money in real estate as they dealt with issues such as child rearing and their careers. The pair were indicted in 2019 on charges including conspiring to defraud community banks out of more than $30 million in loans, with a federal jury convicting them in June 2022. The couple were also convicted of conspiring to defraud the IRS, along with additional tax crimes, the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Northern District of Georgia said at the time. If you're in real estate, there's already so much tax benefits for you to use. The fact that you go into these, someone can go to these lows to get more is just plain greedy. And as far as I'm concerned, you deserve to be in prison. You deserve to be in prison for over 10 years for something like this when the U.S. government is literally ripping all of us off? I don't think so. Nevertheless, 30 milli? If my black ass ripped off the government for 30 milli, I'll be in jail for 50 years, boy. 50 motherfucking years. That's a fucking fact. A fucking fact. Let me say something, right? Because this is, you know, mind, body, and cash flow. I want you to get your mind right. I want you to get your body right. Get your cash flow right. Let's talk about the body part. We got in weight loss injections. The weight loss pills are done with now. No more weight loss pills. Weight loss injections. Injecting something into your body, I think is wild. See, Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro are one of the leading candidates for this. Physicians may prescribe type 2 diabetes drugs to lower blood sugar levels and promote weight loss in patients who meet specific criteria. These drugs can also lower the risk of events like heart attack or stroke. While using type 2 diabetes drugs off-label for weight loss can be extremely effective, they are generally not recommended for people who are not overweight or living with obesity. We got motherfuckers out here that's a little overweight using it to big. Let me just go over these key takeaways. You know, I'm a certified master trainer. I've been certified since about 2018. I've been training people for over 10 years. I've been working out since I've been in high school. So I'm in my 40s now.
We don't care.
Trained for a long time. First and foremost, to get in shape, to get your body right, and maintain the longevity of yourself, you have to live a lifestyle. There's no such thing as a diet, a healthy lifestyle. Water. sunlight, exercise, the foods you're eating, the fried foods, the foods that come in boxes. You know what you're supposed to be eating. People just don't want to do it. I used to think to myself when I used to train people, I'm like, these people are paying me to tell them shit they already know and to motivate them. These key takeaways may prescribe type 2 diabetes drugs to lower blood sugar levels. First and foremost, you know how you lower your blood sugar level? You don't consume fucking artificial sugar.
He cold.
As I said the word artificial. Fruit, glucose, natural sugar. As a matter of fact, a lot of cases, a lot of fruit skip the insulin. Your pancreas doesn't release insulin for it. All right? It doesn't release insulin for it. It skips that. All right? It doesn't raise your sugar level at all. Promote weight loss in patients. How do you promote weight loss? What I just say. Water, sunlight, exercise. Get rid of that dairy. Eating good fats. Processed foods and meats. Get rid of it. These drugs can lower the risk of events like heart attack or stroke. Once again, water, sunlight. I'm not gonna keep on saying it. Your heart attack is caused by the veins and the arteries being clogged with, you know, cholesterol, fat, all that stuff. Your body can't break it down. So let me just read this real quick. Semaglutide. Let me see what semaglutide is. What is semaglutide? I like to know what it is I'm actually talking about. What it is. What is semaglutide? I mean, what is it? Pays to feed the man after losing a copycat drug lawsuit. Well, let's go to pros and cons then shit. Which is nothing. I got nothing telling me what semaglutide is. Damn, these motherfuckers is promoting this shit heavy, boy. Yeah, they promoting that shit heavy. I can't even find what the fuck semaglutide is, but benefits: improves blood sugar, lowers the risk of cardiovascular events. People wanna look at these side effects. Disgusting. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, upset stomach, decreased appetite, vomiting, indigestion, stomach pain. You know, people want the cheat way. That goes for if you're a dude on steroids, or if you're a dude on steroids and doing injections, whatever, BBLs. People want to cheat. The best things take time to process. All right. You can put some fried chicken on a fryer and fry that bitch up in 25 minutes. It's gonna taste great. That shit is horrible for you. It's always better to fry some chicken from home than buying it outside, but still, the seed oils, this corn oil, vegetable oil, it's horrible for you. Now compare that to actually putting that shit in the oven, no oil, baking it. The fried chicken tastes a little bit better than the baked chicken, but it's way more better for you, way more healthier, it's cooked better. Even better than that, you just to grill it. Most of my food I eat comes from grilling. It's just way better way to eat stuff. But what do I know? What are y'all thinking about these injections and stuff like that? Y'all rock with them or not? I'm gonna give it a big thumbs down. It's trash. Let me know what y'all think about these comments. KJ Media 100.